Andy here with YotaMD, and I want to talk to you about the Great Unwiggling. We've just launched a few anti-wiggle shims that apply to various key styles, and these will ship in all products going forward, in all kits going forward. And if you've got a previous YotaMD kit and you want to add these, I'm going to offer an upgrade kit or a retrofit kit with the shims and this WIA wrench. But of course, you could just buy a hardware kit as well. These shims will be included in all the spare hardware kits going forward. I just want to show you how these work real quick so you know what to expect when you're doing installation on a new YotaMD kit or if you're trying to retrofit. So you're still going to take your small brace. I'm trying to do this one-handed, so bear with me. So we get our small brace in there just like that. Place our remote just like that. And then we've got to choose our select shim here. We've got to select our correct shim. So this is the most common. This will be for 95% of you. You're all going to have this key. By far, that's the most common. So here's a little shim, and it's going to go vertically like this, so thin ways up. And I'm going to place the key. And some of the keys have a thicker base, and that's fine. You can push that in, and the plastic will allow that to fit in, just a real nice tight press fit. And then we slip our shim in just like that. And I know that kind of disappeared because we're just in a dark light there, but there you go. So that fits in just like that, and then you assemble just like normal. So you're going to have the screw that still goes into the threaded hole, and then you'll have the other screws on the other sides, obviously. So let me go large brace, like that. And then insert your fasteners, and it should be very tight. Now, that's the most common, but some of you are going to have other key styles. So let's talk about that. I don't happen to have a skinny blade on hand. I seem to have lost my little tester for that, and they're not all that common. So I don't have a source to get that style. It's rather hard to come by, but plenty of you guys will have it. Previously, I used pins. Okay, so these pins were the previous fix for that, and they work pretty well. The problem is this requires crazy precision on this part, and it requires that your key blade is a very precise dimension. And I was able to get most of the keys covered, but not all of them, because it just varies a little bit. So the approach with this shim is that the shim will yield a little bit. It's plastic, so it'll take up a lot of that gap, and it allows for a little bit of flexibility in the dimension of the keys. And it also alleviates the need to keep this machine tolerance really, really tight. So that's a very good thing. So with this will fit in roughly that same place, and then the key goes in. Of course, it's not sitting totally level, but your key will force it to be nice and square, of course. And then same thing there. You've still got the threaded fastener, and the rest of the kit assembles like normal. Then we've got, finally, our U-style key with no threaded fastener. These are a pain. They've always been a pain. The YotaMD kit, I think, gives you the best chance of success with these, but just to be honest, these are still not ideal. I sell threaded keyblades on the site, so if you have one of these and you want to get the key just as robust as possible, buy one of these spare keyblades. Okay, I stock these, and I ship those at my cost. There's no profit margin there. I just stock those as a courtesy. So pick one of those keyblades up if you have a Y or if you have a U blade and you want it to be as robust as possible. But if you want to try the shim, this should give you, like I said, the best chance of success. So the one thing that's weird here, you saw me insert that, so that's what it should sort of rest like. Take the nut. There's one extra nut provided in each kit, and that extra nut is provided A as a spare and B in case you have the U key. So we're going to wiggle that key, or wiggle that hex nut right into its little hex receiver there. And then the key blade goes in. And now you assemble like normal. And what the shim does is the shim restricts the key blade movement and allows you to get some good torque coming back up from the other side on that blade. So there you go. That is our update for the key blades and their associated shims. I'll have a kit that will be the hardware kit, which includes all the normal hardware pieces, and then of course the new shims and the wrench. I'm a big fan of this, and for those of you that care enough to get the key totally wiggle free, you may want to go with that wrench. It's really nice. These wrenches slip over time if you're a little rough on them. The metal just doesn't hold its edge quite as well, and then the tool steel, I believe that's used on these, is just better. So it holds that edge a little bit better. Oftentimes you'll have screws that are stripped with that, and that's rounded and the screw's a little bit rounded, and then you use this and it comes right out. So these are awesome. They're just too expensive to include in every kit, so this is an optional upgrade because it's not totally required, but it's pretty nice. So there you go, a little 5-minute video update on the design. Future iterations of this small brace will probably not have those tiny little pinholes. And then the pins, of course, I've stopped including in kits because I think this is a better solution. So to make it easier to assemble and to give you a better experience, we're switching over to the shims. There you go. So thanks if you're a previous customer and you're looking at the upgrade. Thanks for your continued support. And if you're a new customer, well, I hope to earn your business and help you enjoy a firm key.